These thin, almost cadaver-like bodies are some of the images that have impacted the world. They have presented themselves as ultimate consequences of eating disorders. But what are these sicknesses that are so often talked about? Today, doctors from around the country who specialize in this subject are here to answer all questions.
Anorexia is characterized by a conduct that tends to restrict nutrients. If there's an intake of a small amount of food, they use techniques such as excessive exercises and laxatives to lose weight.
Generally, images of anorexic women are shown in an extreme level of malnutrition, but bulimia can also cause these effects.
Someone with bulimia will usually eat lots of food in a short amount of time, usually carbs and junk food, and then after that they'll feel forced to throw up all the food and carbs they've consumed to make up for all of it.
There isn't a certain percent of how many people in our country have one of these eating disorders, but the number does increase daily.
Emotional problems are usually the root of eating disorders. There is the need to be accepted and low self-esteem.
Lorena Villamar and Daverly Ordaway are two teenagers who have lived through the stress and pain of an eating disorder and will share with us today their experiences.
At 19, I was raped. The rape left me devastated and angry, but I wanted to be a nice girl, so I refused to let my anger show. Occasionally, I couldn't keep my feelings under control, and I'd blow off or become too aggressive. Then I'd feel like a bad girl. Off I'd go to the candy machine to stuff all my insecurities and feelings of failure with chocolate. Whenever my life was out of control, I'd take control with my body. By always focusing on my body, I didn't have to focus on my fears, my failures, or my frustrations. Through my bulimia, I thought I had found a way to control these painful feelings, to numb myself to the pain. Instead of giving me a sense of control over my anger and pain, it ended up controlling every aspect of my life.
There's something that won't let you go, something so much stronger. There's a point where it gets too hard to keep trying. I think the problem isn't really for the people who have it, but for their families who don't realize what's going on.
Lorena states that she neglected to believe that there was a such thing as anorexia, a situation in which she was already living in.
You can't think of anything else. 24 hours a day, you're thinking, how can I get thinner? What will I eat? It becomes an obsession, like an addiction. I'd look in the mirror and see something horrible. Not fat, just something horrible. I thought the way of looking better would be getting thinner. Starting off at a brand new high school, I thought the ideal image of an athlete was everything, and that's what I lacked. So I cut down on my eating to the point where I didn't even eat at all. Then I reached the point where I wanted to stop. I realized it wasn't me, but it was already too late.
And her goal was achieved. By her first game, she was extremely thin.
I was on this, oh, this is cool, I can control it. When I want to eat, I'll eat. That's it, no big deal. This place where in that moment, I felt I could never
In the middle of her basketball season, Lorena was already devastated by the lack of appetite caused by her anorexia.
When I started playing basketball, I was 15 going on 16, and I was already really sick. It happened all so quickly, I had to quit the team. That did not just bring me down, but it brought the team down. I got to weigh about 85 pounds. I was in several different clinics, hospitals, with different treatments and psychologists. And the saddest part is, I was bringing my family down with me. And that's what made me suffer the most. Now look at me, I'm not too thin and I'm not too big. Yes, I still do have the disease, but that really never goes away. I'm happier than ever.